Another year, another batch of exciting movies. The promise of a brighter tomorrow is just around the corner. And we're happy to say that that brighter tomorrow comes with even brighter screens.
You serious?
Since so many new films are getting released next year, audiences all over the world are appropriately hyped. And we agree, 2021 can't come soon enough. Welcome to Daily Gram. I'm Kat, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies you absolutely cannot miss in 2021. For this list, we'll be looking at some of the most anticipated films debuting next year. These titles are guaranteed to fill theaters and blow audiences away. We've got superheroes, larger-than-life monsters, intrigue and espionage, and intense car chases. Whatever genre you're into, we think we've got you covered. So mark your calendars, guys. We're going to the movies.
June 15th.
What's the day today?
June
This
11th.
Friday?
Number 10, A Quiet Place Part 2. Sequel to the massively successful and game-changing horror film A Quiet Place, this movie bummed us out when it got rescheduled to next year's lineup. The story picks up right after the first film, where we join badass mom Evelyn Abbott, played by Emily Blunt, who continues to protect her family upon her husband's death. Evelyn takes on the lead role in guiding her kids through a dystopian world where humans are hunted by vicious alien creatures that have a heightened sense of hearing. The movie will again be directed by John Krasinski, who was responsible for conceptualizing its predecessor. There's a lot at play here which builds up into a highly awaited sequel. Like the first film, we can expect a unique and grounded storyline and a movie that aptly incorporates complete silence instead of eerie background music to get under its audience's skin. We also have one of the most beloved couples in Hollywood, Blunt and Krasinski, bringing their talents together to create a possibly iconic offering that will be remembered for decades to come. Needless to say, we're pretty sure the reception to A Quiet Place Part 2 will be anything but quiet.
The people that are left, they're not the kind of people worth saving.
Number 9, Godzilla vs. Kong. Who doesn't love a good monster flick? Or better yet, a clash between two of cinema's biggest, and we mean most infamous monsters. Well, you won't have to wait too long, because the king of monsters himself and the eighth wonder of the world will be squaring off on the silver screen. In a direct sequel to both Godzilla King of Monsters and Kong Skull Island, Godzilla and Kong will be battling it out in 2021. And while this isn't the first time that they've faced off, this upcoming film is certainly their most awaited showdown. In the last movie, Godzilla defeated former Alpha Ghidorah, essentially making himself the new Alpha of the other Titans. But in a move that stands to swallow the whole world in its wake, we're going to see Kong openly defying Godzilla, thereby setting the stage for their arguably fated encounter. This epic battle of legendary beasts and glorious CGI to boot is a must-see cinematic event that will definitely be drawing the massive crowds on opening day to match. Number 8, The King's Man.
This will not be a war of heroes.
Here's another film which portrays Ralph Fiennes as the go-to guy for sophisticated gentleman roles. This prequel to the popular Kingsman franchise shows the secret spy agency in its early years. While we haven't been given too many details just yet, what we do know is that the film features an amazing ensemble.
Yes, my shepherd.
That includes Charles Dance, more popularly known as Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones, and Daniel Bruhl, who played Helmut Zemo in Captain America: Civil War. The trailer promises an action-packed adventure filled with all sorts of fancy spy gadgets that the series is known for. Not to mention that signature deadpan English humor and their dapper suits. Do you remember their 3 words to live by?
Oxford's not brogues.
No, we mean the other 3 words.
Manners maketh man.
Yep, you got it. Number 7, Candyman.
If you say his name 5 times while looking in the mirror, he appears in the reflection
and it kills you.
The spiritual sequel to the original 90s horror hit has been in development for quite some time. Set nearly 3 decades after the original film, the story revolves around the same Chicago neighborhood where an urban legend of a man with a hook for a hand comes to kill a new set of victims. Sounds like a pleasant place to live in. Given that the original movie had a cult following, it is one of the most awaited movies coming out next year. Boasting socially relevant themes and an effective horror story written by acclaimed filmmaker Jordan Peele, this movie is definitely going to be worth the wait. You'll find yourself saying Candyman 5 times after watching that trailer.
You should say his name. I dare you.
Candyman.
Candyman.
Candyman. Candyman.
Or not.
Don't say that.
Number 6, F9.
It's for protection from what's coming.
The 9th installment in the Fast and Furious franchise shows no signs of slowing down. The movie promises ridiculous car chases and action set pieces the franchise is known for, with enough explosions to make Michael Bay jealous. Vin Diesel is returning as a hardened Dominic Toretto, who must now face demons from his past that come in the form of his vengeful brother, played by John Cena.
Just caught up to me. Been a long time down.
This franchise has literally done every action-packed sequence you can think of that involves cars. Now, it looks like they're veering towards sci-fi territory, with the previous movie introducing the concept of superhumans. And just when you think they've run out of surprises, it's been revealed that this latest film will take the franchise into space.
Space. The final frontier.
Number 5, The French Dispatch.
Arthur Howitzer Jr. transformed the series of travelogue columns into The French Dispatch.
This is the first anthology film directed by Wes Anderson, and his first live-action film since 2014's The Grand Budapest Hotel. It's a story about an American newspaper outpost located in a fictional French city, and portrays 3 different narratives, some of them being based on real-life events. This movie is dripping in that signature Wes Anderson style, with his use of bright color palettes, the polite slapstick humor, and well, Bill Murray, there's a lot for his fans to love about this newest offering.
Try to make it sound like you wrote it that way on purpose.
The movie also stars the usual actors he works with, like Adrian Brody and Owen Wilson, while newcomers like Timothée Chalamet round out the impressive cast. This movie is said to be a love letter to journalists, and we can't help but be excited about what it delivers.
1 hour to press.
You're fired.
Really?
Don't cry in my office.
Number 4, Ghostbusters Afterlife. The 2016 Ghostbusters reboot wasn't for everyone. It left quite a few wondering if there would ever be another good Ghostbusters movie. Luckily, Jason Reitman has now taken over the reins to ensure that we get the film we deserve.
Whoa, killer replica.
A replica of what?
A ghost trap?
Son of Ivan Reitman, the original director of the first 2 Ghostbuster films, this change hits all the right notes, if the trailer is any indication. Starring Finn Wolfhard and Paul Rudd, the film is billed as a direct sequel to the original movies. As shown in the trailer, a series of strange things occur in a seemingly random neighborhood, and as most of these situations lead to, this begs the question, who you gonna call? Number 3, The Suicide Squad.
There's no one better in the world to direct The Suicide Squad than James Gunn.
James Gunn is directing this soft reboot. That's all you really need to know to get started. But seriously, if you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, then you'll know that James Gunn and The Suicide Squad is a match made in heaven. While details have been sparse, the film has been described as a 1970s war movie, a curious choice. And based on what we've seen so far, it looks like the movie is going to feature Gunn's signature brand of humor and wit, with a wackier, more unhinged take on this infamous team. I mean, there's literally a guy named Polka Dot Man. What are his powers? What does he do? Why does he look like the human equivalent of an abstract painting? Then there's this guy, TDK, who in the comics is known as Arm Fall Off Boy. He can detach his limbs and then use them as blunt objects to beat you up. Yeah. Margot Robbie and Joel Kinnaman reprised their roles as Harley Quinn and Rick Flag respectively, while equally impressive names like Idris Elba, John Cena, and Pete Davidson are joining the already decked-out cast. Naturally, we're excited to see where this movie takes us, and can't wait to watch what is sure to be a wild ride.
Cut, that was great.
Number 2, The Eternals.
Now, let's talk about a film that's coming out in November of next year about a group of immortals created by Disney legend Jack Kirby in a film we call The Eternals.
After dropping our jaws and blowing us away with Avengers Endgame, all eyes are on Marvel Studios. We're waiting to see what they come up with next. Fortunately, Phase 4 is shaping up to be their biggest cinematic event yet. The Eternals is a group of immortal aliens who have secretly been living on Earth. After the events of Endgame, they reunite to fight back against their evil counterparts, the Deviants. It looks like Marvel is keeping their cards close to the chest with regards to the plot. What really makes this project interesting is its diverse A-list cast, as actors like Kumail Nanjiani and Kit Harington will be headlining the star-studded movie. It has also recently been revealed that Harry Styles will be playing Thanos' brother. No wonder he looked familiar. We'll just have to wait and see if they still have that Marvel magic. And if Kumail Nanjiani's tweets are anything to go by, we're definitely in for a treat. Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions that you might want to check out in theaters next year.
I've never been one for rules. The answer is always more.
I'm here. When I get out of here, and I will, there's gonna be carnage.
Number 1, The Batman.
You're part of this too. How am I part of it?
What else would it be? Anything related to The Dark Knight is always going to be the talk of the town. With the recent success of the standalone Joker movie, it was only a matter of time before Hollywood set its sights on the Caped Crusader again. Starring Robert Pattinson, the recent trailer expectedly blew everyone away. The whole murder mystery vibe has definitely made things interesting. It kind of reminds you of David Fincher's Seven, but with Batman. This is a whole new direction where we're going to witness the dawn of a Batman we've never seen before. Director Matt Reeves has mentioned that the story will revolve around Batman's second year as a vigilante, which means that in this film, he'll be new to life as a superhero. Paul Dano also stars as the film's villain, the Riddler. And like Batman, this is a whole new Riddler, far different from Jim Carrey's questionable take on the character. Get it? Questionable?
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat?
'Cause of the question marks? Overall, the new trailer got everyone talking, which proves that there's still a continuously growing market for both superhero films in general and DC films as well. Now only time will tell if this movie can live up to the hype.
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
That concludes our video of the top 10 movies you absolutely cannot miss in 2021. Did we miss anything? Are there other movies that you think we should have included? Let us know in the comment section below. Give us a like, and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed this video. And don't forget to tap the bell icon to keep up with more awesome content from Daily Graham.